saying hee-haw. This is Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin'.
Hey, we are inside the all-new North Star Mohican Casino and Resort.
And that's not all. Golden Plum Chicken is launching a new ground chicken, and I've got some great ideas.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I got some else great news. A new song from the great bluegrass band, Handpicked.
Really? Well, you grillers are going to love this. It's called Fire Up the Grill.
Hey, you know, that's a really great idea. Let's go outside and fire up the grill.
Sounds good. Let's get a pickin' and a grinnin'. We're going to do a little grillin'.
Yeah.
View past episodes of our show by going to maddogandmerrill.com and click on Midwest Grillin'.
Oh, man, Merrill, I can't wait to hear Handpicked played.
Oh, I can't either. And you know what? Finally, our own theme song.
It took 30 years, but we're going to have our own theme song. You're going to hear it at the end of the show, so stay tuned. Welcome back to North Star Mohican Casino and Resort, Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling. And I'll tell you what, we're going to have a great time. We got some wonderful outdoor cooking to do. We got to get started. You know what's also new right now in the market?
What's that?
You can find in the grocery stores right now, our good friends at Golden Plum Chicken have beautiful ground chicken right in the meat cases.
Ground chicken now.
And it's low in fat, and because it's a white meat, you know, any flavor you add to it, you can just, it just blends perfectly.
That's
and
good.
You'll be making a topping for my burgers in just a minute or two, and we'll get into the Golden Plum ground chicken in just a moment, but we're going to do some ribs on the grill.
Ribs are good on the grill. You know, people have a tendency to say, how do you really cook ribs? I'm going to show you how to do it. It's very easy to do.
It's called the Texas Crutch.
The Texas Crutch, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm using actually a St. Louis style rib today.
I love them.
A lot of people like baby back ribs. They're a little bit too fat, but I'm using a St. Louis style cut rib. It's part of the spare rib itself. But what I'm going to do very
right
easily...
about here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, you got it. Right around that area there is where the spare rib is. But you've got to oil the meat first. And you know when you oil it, it's really not... Go ahead. You can rub in there. Do you mind? I got some work. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, you know why? Because I got to do my patty my burgers.
Okay, I'll let you do it.
But I can flip it for you if you want.
Flip it. Oil it on both sides. I'm really not concerned about on the back side. Some people will go ahead and strip the fat and everything off there. I don't, because you know when these ribs are done, they're going to cut up really nice and easily.
Good. Should we get a rub on there?
A little rub, a little Howling Wolf rub I've got.
It's his Land and Sea Howling Wolf's rub. And the reason we put a rub on there is because it seals in the juices. It's not just a little salt and pepper.
No. I put it on quite heavily, as you can see I'm doing that.
To seal in the juices.
And then you got to rub it in.
I'll flip it on both sides if you want.
Very good. Get it on this side here. The oiling is very important. Now I'm going to brown this up first. I've got some over there that I've already browned.
And while you're doing that, Merrill, let me show a couple things that we have.
All right, go right ahead.
Oh, grill cam, ladies and gentlemen, grill
cam.
We do have Merrill's ribs browning up there, but what I did, I'm a fan of country style ribs.
Yes, you are.
And I love boned in country style ribs and boneless. And these are actually little chunks of boneless country style ribs. I glisten them with an oil. I put that rub on. In the drip pan here, we have some crisp kraut, some wonderful crisp kraut from the meat case. I'm going to place those ribs over the top of that I've seared up to get the flavor of the grill. Those go right over the top.
Looks great.
We're going to add some chopped onions over the top of that. I'm going to add just a tad bit of brown sugar. You're going to be brown sugar over the top of that. And believe it or not, a lot of times you add beer in there, you add different items. I'm going to add a little bit of soda. A little bit of a Diet Dew today.
A little Dew will do her.
And I'm going to add that in there. Oops, they're a little over the table. What the heck?
What the heck?
And I'm going to seal that up with aluminum foil. We're going to put that back on the grill for about 35, 40 minutes. Let it bubble over a medium-low heat, if you will.
Looks good, sir. I love it. Now look at those ribs. See how well I brown those?
And it's got the flavor of the grill.
It's got the flavor of the grill.
This is the Texas Crutch.
The Texas Crutch, ladies and gentlemen. Very easy to do. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold and tuck. You always fold and tuck. Place this on the grill. The indirect method of cooking. Indirect method of cooking. No heat underneath. I'm actually going to let these go for a good hour to an hour and a half. You can let it go on longer if you like, and then at the end I'm going to do them the direct method, put a little bit of Howling Wolf barbecue sauce on there.
Don't give away the secrets.
I won't show, for goodness sake. I get so excited. I get so excited. Okay, go ahead.
And you know what? Merrill talked about the rubs on the grill. We're going to do another great rub right now, and we're going to take some of the Howling Wolf rub, and I'm going to do a coffee rub. How many folks out there have ever had a coffee rub? A couple. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take some your favorite rubs. We're going to add equal parts of coffee. Yes, coffee right out of the canister, the pre-perked browns.
That looks some good
equal
coffee
parts,
too.
And equal parts of brown sugar to kind of sweeten it up. and we're going to blend that all together. I'm going to mix that up with my hands here.
Go for it.
Blend that all together, and honest to goodness, and you can taste, if you need a little more sugar in there, a little more coffee in there, that's absolutely fine, but it's great over heartier cuts of roast. It's great over venison if you want to. It's a delicious way to do rubs on the grill.
You can smell that coffee from here, and the brown sugar, but the coffee really adheres to that.
Now we're gonna do another thing here, and I've got a little secret here. This is the way we're gonna do our jalapeno poppers this time.
Okay.
I actually cut off the tops, we hollowed out the seeds, and we packed them with our cream cheese mixture. But what you folks can do is take a nice jalapeno popper, you slice off one of the sides, you hollow out the seeds, and you got a neat little jalapeno boat.
There you be.
Not to be played with in the bathtub, folks.
No. No,
and they're called stingers, okay?
No.
Remember that. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to the dairy case, and you're going to get some cream cheese. I've added some green top onions, some bacon bits in there, and some garlic. And I'm going to mix that all together in a little bit here. And I'm going to pack those either in my jalapeno boats, or we have a neat little jalapeno holder, and you don't want to miss this. We sliced off one of the hot sides, we packed that inside, and it's going to come out delicious. Now we have to get to our chicken burgers real fast.
The chicken burgers, you got her,
sir. A little bit of Worcestershire, a little bit of hot sauce in there, some green top onions, and I'm going to mix that all up. And you can see we have some gorgeous little chicken burgers that are browning up just nicely, just until firm to the touch, if you would, please. Narrow, you're going to help me. One more thing.
Yes, sir. What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
We're going to take our Go Dog buns, and we're going to take a little bit of pizza sauce, and I'm doing an experiment.
Great idea. I like this.
That's Grillology is an experiment.
You're going to drink that out of there, or what are you going to do?
No, I'm going to add the pizza sauce right inside my Go Dog bun.
Okay.
I'm going to add a mozzarella stick because we're in Wisconsin. That goes inside.
I love it.
I'm going to double that up, and I'm going to do that again on the inside. Real quick here, real quick.
Okay. Sort of inside pizza.
It's the world's largest breaded mozzarella stick with the Go Dog buns. I'm going to simply wrap that up in foil. I'm going to place those on the grill, indirect method of cooking, for about 30 minutes or so.
This guy's a genius.
I am
He's
a genius.
You're very good.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll be right back with more of Mad Dog and Meryl's Midwest Grilling. Don't go nowhere. There's excitement to come. Music and grilling.
We love the music.
And the grilling.
You got it.
If you have a comment or suggestion about today's show, contact us at maddogandmeryl.com. And don't forget to friend us on Facebook.
Hey, Meryl. A man in the butcher shop is 6 feet tall and wears size 11 shoes. What does he weigh?
Let's see. 6 feet tall, size 11 shoes. I don't know. What does he weigh?
Meat. Well, welcome back to Mad Dog and Meryl's Midwest Grilling. We're at the beautiful North Star Mohican Casino and Resort. And I knew I'd do that. I touched my eye with some jalapenos. Meryl, I need to wash my hands.
Oh,
you
here
gotta
we go again.
Help me out. Come on,
I'll tell you what. You do it all the time.
I do it all the time.
Yes.
Lucked out today. We brought you some soap.
Thank you, Susie. Is it Susie, right?
It is Susie,
It's
yes.
Susie Q, the soap lady from Swamico, Wisconsin. Thanks for coming to help Mad Dog. He does that all the time.
What kind of soap am I using?
That would be Wild Passion.
Oh, boy. I'll tell you what, going to put him next to the grill with that Wild Passion. You better leave pretty soon, Susie.
Great. Now, is there an oil base there?
It's an olive oil base, 100% natural.
Wow.
Now, how many types of soaps do you have?
We have about 20 different varieties of natural soap.
Okay. And they're all made naturally.
Naturally.
And what are some of the ingredients in the soap?
The main ingredient is the olive oil.
Okay.
And then depending on the variety, we may add shea butter or coconut oil, essential oils, and fragrances. So they're 100% natural.
Makes a big difference, I'll tell you, especially for the old skin.
Well, I can tell the olive oil in there. What made you get started in doing soaps?
Well, I got into it for a variety of reasons. I had a couple girlfriends that were making soaps, so it kind of piqued my interest. And I've always been very proactive with natural ingredients, natural foods, and it just really fit well into my whole lifestyle.
Now, where can we get your soaps at?
My soaps are available online at my website, and that's www.suqsoaps.com.
And what was that again?
www.suqsoaps.com.
Did you know that a couple of times I even take some of your soaps and I'll cut little pieces off, I'll put them in cheesecloth and put them in my drawers?
Oh, because
the chest of drawers you're talking about?
Chest of drawers,
I might want to try your drawers, too. You never know. It'll probably help with you.
With the lavender and
might
everything,
help.
the scents and everything, it's just wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, it really does work. So there's other uses, and we do it in little dishes in the restroom. to give it a nice aroma. That's our way of a potpourri, if you will. So there's a lot of
There
great
you
uses
go.
for your soap, that's for sure. Well, you know, I want to thank you for being with us today because I wanted to go inside the resort, the brand new resort where it's so gorgeous, so new, and wash my hands, but they were so dirty and I just didn't want to mess up their nice restrooms. So in fact, let's take a little look, shall we?
All right.
To go on the
Great.
inside. Thanks, Susie, for being with us.
Yep. Hey, Mad Dog, look behind you. This is the all-new North Star Mohican Casino Resort in Boulder, Wisconsin.
You know what they say up here? They overlook the beautiful Wisconsin North Woods, not the details, Merrill. You know, it has 97 non-smoking guest rooms richly appointed for comfort and relaxation. North Star Mohican Casino Resort offers the highest resort standards in every sense, Merrill.
If you have a comment or suggestion about today's show, contact us at maddogandmerrill.com. And don't forget to friend us on Facebook.
Well, welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin'. I've got the pleasure of being with Ashley Tim this afternoon. Ashley, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
For having me
And
here.
by the way, Ashley is the volunteer coordinator at the Salvation Army of the Fox Cities.
Yep.
And how long have you been there?
I've been there now about 2 years.
2 years
Yep.
now, and you are a Wisconsinite?
I am from Manawa originally.
The big city of Manawa?
Big city.
Home of the Manawa Rodeo, I might add.
That's right.
And a stone throw away from New London, where Merrill and I are from, so
Yep.
we're neighbors.
Sure is.
I don't want to put you in a little bit nervous situation, but you are actually representing today all of the Salvation Army of Wisconsin. You're representing all of the nonprofit do-gooders throughout the whole state of Wisconsin that help out folks in need.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure.
That is a lot of pressure, I apologize. But let's talk a little bit first of all about the Salvation Armies in general.
Sure.
As a rule, they have food pantries. And let's talk a little bit about the food pantry situation.
Sure, we do have a food pantry in the Fox Cities, and as you can probably imagine, we've really seen an increase in the number of people coming to us for assistance in the last couple of years with the state of the economy.
I bet.
Yep.
Yeah, I bet.
And a lot of families are new to the system that have never had to use any type of assistance before. They're just struggling to make ends meet,
Sure.
Living on the edge of poverty and hunger. And so it's great that we can provide them with, you know, a little assistance with their food. So it's
And I would imagine, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I would
No.
imagine that the pantry systems fluctuate and the need for items, donations are there?
Yep. Well, there's always a need for non-perishable goods for our food pantry, especially during the summertime. Donations tend to be a little bit lower.
I bet.
People are thinking of it more often during the Christmas season.
Right.
But year-round, we're looking for non-perishables: peanut butter, boxed meals, pasta, pasta sauce, tomato sauce. That kind of stuff is always needed.
All the staples.
All the staples.
that some people don't have.
Yeah,
and
you're
aren't
right.
fortunate enough.
You're right.
Now the Salvation Army also has, in the Fox Cities case anyway, an emergency shelter that serves meals.
We do have a noon meal program and some transitional housing, and both of those are again supported by the community with donations and also volunteers. And those both, we've really seen an increase in the services there too.
And let's talk about a little bit about the major players when it comes to donators. Good folks like Golden Plump Chicken, how you rely on them.
Oh, they make a huge difference. We really do rely on businesses like Golden Plump Chicken, who can provide those large quantities of non-perishable goods to make our programs possible.
And now, if folks have a need or want to volunteer, the United Way has a great program.
They sure do. The United Way has what's called 211, and that's a number that people can call into if they're looking for assistance or just want to find out information about getting involved or volunteering, and then they'll connect you to the different organizations in the community.
And Ashley, thank you for spending a little time with us
Thank
here
you.
today, explaining the needs of the communities, nonprofit agencies. We also have with us the Farm to Fork report that Golden Plump Chicken puts out, and they can actually go online at goldenplump.com and learn more. In fact, we had a chance to talk with Rory from Golden Plump Chicken, and we're going to do that right now. Thanks, Ashley.
Thank you.
Merrill here with my good friend Rory from Golden Plump Chicken. Rory, thanks for being with us today. Really appreciate it. What is some of the involvement that Golden Plump gets involved with in the community?
For over 3 generations, Golden Plump Poultry has strengthened the communities in which we live and work. We pride ourselves on the donations that we give to communities, the education that we provide to the youth, and a number of different hunger relief efforts that we support.
That's great. Now, what are some of the support that you do for hunger relief?
Well, in 2009, we did provide over 720,000 pounds of chicken, or over 2 million meals that we provided to hunger relief efforts.
That's a lot of chicken, I'll tell you. That's great. It's good to see that. Now, what are some of the projects that you're bringing awareness of?
I'm glad you asked. Just this past summer, we ran a Golden Good contest in which we asked our consumers, the people out there, to nominate those people that they feel were making a difference in their communities. And they did this by loading a 1 to 3 minute video to our website, goldenplump.com. They could explain, whether this is somebody that gives to the church or maybe it's somebody that supports hunger relief efforts in their communities. And we saw nominees such as a woman who donated her organ to a complete stranger. There was others that maybe didn't go quite as far as that, but they were still working very hard to provide a lot of support for the Salvation Army. And there was even another woman that offered a free clinic to those people that are in need.
That's things that we really want to see. Roy, I want to thank you so much for how much Golden Plump has really done for the community. Thank you so much.
View past episodes of our show by going to maddogandmerrill.com and click on Midwest Grillin'.
Hey, Mad Dog, did you know you can grill ring sausage?
Ah, baloney, Merrill.
Yeah, and kielbasa. Stupid.
Well, welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling. Many thanks to the good folks at North Star Mohican Casino Resort. What great folks
they are. Very nice folks.
Time for the unveiling,
ladies and gentlemen. Look
man.
at those ribs. I've already got one already on there, but look at this. I'm going to show you this Texas Crunch. Look at the juices in there. Take that baby out if you want. Place them, but look how tender they are. I'm going to put a little bit of barbecue sauce on these babies. I'll brush this while I'll...
So after you sear these for a while in the beginning, you wrap them in foil, then put them on the grill for an hour and a half indirect.
Right.
Then you sear on some barbecue sauce as they're cooking.
Right, do it right at the end. Very important. You don't want to put it on too early.
Now, Merrill, for my Golden Plump chicken burgers, made me a nice little topping of peppers, mushrooms, and onions with some Worcestershire and butter. And we're going to put those all on top of our nice little burgers, chicken burgers, before we serve those up on the grill. And those are going to be absolutely delicious.
Ooh, good.
Now, and I promised you a little bit of a trick. The jalapeno poppers that we did, I got to get the handle out of here.
Would you?
The jalapeno poppers that we did, we took off the end of there, we hollowed out the seeds, and what we made was some nice little jalapeno poppers, and I grilled those for about 30 minutes indirect, and they're going to be so delicious, unbelievable. Our Go Dog buns that we did the mozzarella sticks, and we put pizza sauce in there. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if you can see that, but the mozzarella sticks have melted perfectly. The pizza sauce blended, the world's largest breaded mozzarella stick.
World's largest, ladies and gentlemen.
And now the big unveiling of the country-style ribs with the crisp kraut. Oh, man, I knew that would look good.
Oh, man.
There is richness and a half. Beautiful country-style ribs, crisp kraut, a little bit of dew in there, some onions, and we seared off the country-style ribs first, put them in the pan, let those bubble away. We are going to have some good eats, I'll tell you that.
Good eating, folks.
But you know what?
What?
We need to hear a little hand-pick.
I'm ready to hear some hand-pick.
Ladies and gentlemen, hand-picked, and our theme song.
2, 3, 4. Fire up that grill. We are grilling. Mad Dog's grilling. Merrill's grilling. Yes, they're grilling. Merrill's grilling. Mad Dog's grilling. It's time for an outdoor barbecue. Fire up that grill right now. We got burgers, steaks, and chops, chicken, pork, and seafood too. We got kebabs, Grandma Hazel's rub, corn, taters, and beans, rice, mushrooms, and greens. And don't forget Mad Dog Grillin' Magic. So fire up that grill right now. We got Mad Dog. We got Mad Dog. We got Mad Dog. We got Merrill. We got Merrill. We got Merrill. It's time for an outdoor barbecue. Fire up that grill right now. Fire up that grill right now.
Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin' is a production of Lashbro Visual Communications.